The Merit Badge program is a vital part of the Scouts BSA advancement, with merit badges being designed to emphasize the ability to do rather than just acquire knowledge. They were intended to introduce a boy to life, exposing them to careers, hobbies, and other skills that they may not have been able to experience otherwise. During previous Artifact of the Week videos, we've discussed the Merit Badge program and how it developed from the beginning. This week, we're going to share a few stories about a handful of merit badges that we share with visitors when they come to the National Scouting Museum. It's Merit Badge Story Time on this edition of Artifact of the Week. In 1910, as the Boy Scouts of America was being organized and developed, the BSA transferred 14 badges of merit from the British Boy Scouts. These included ambulance, clerk, cyclist, electrician, fireman, gardener, horseman, marksman, master-at-arms, musician, pioneer, seaman, signaler, and stalker. There's no record that any of these badges were ever earned by a scout in the BSA, and in 1911, with the introduction of the new Scout Handbook, 13 of these badges of merit transitioned to the renamed Merit Badge program. The one merit badge that was not included was Master-at-Arms, which required a scout to become a master in 3 individual combat sports. The names of the other 13 merit badges were changed to reflect more of an area of study rather than identifying as a specific skill. Ambulance became first aid, clerk was changed to business, cyclist to cycling, electrician was changed to electricity, fireman became firemanship, gardener became gardening, horseman was changed to horsemanship, marksman to marksmanship, musician became music, pioneer was changed to pioneering, seaman to seamanship, signaler became signaling, and stalker was changed to stalking. In addition, 44 new merit badges were also added to the program, giving scouts 57 merit badges that could be earned. To start our merit badge stories, let's look at one of the original merit badges, cycling. Cycling had a couple of interesting requirements for scouts to complete. A scout had to own a bicycle and keep it in working order. The scout also had to agree to use his bike to provide service to his community. And the kicker to the whole deal was if the scout refused to provide that local community service, or he didn't keep his bike in working order or no longer owned it, he had to return the merit badge to his scoutmaster. Imagine that today. Our next merit badge story also goes back to the original merit badges and is the stalking merit badge. In 2010, as part of the BSA's centennial celebration, 4 historic merit badges were brought back to be earned by scouts between April and December of 2010. The requirements were tweaked slightly, and the name was changed to tracking because by 2010, the term stalking had developed some serious negative connotations. Our next merit badge story is also a centennial celebration, but this time it's the bicentennial celebration of the United States. In 1975 and 76, the National Council allowed the Philadelphia Council to issue the Colonial Philadelphia Merit Badge. This merit badge could only be earned by scouts in the Philadelphia Council and could only be counted towards earning an Eagle Palm. Because of this, the Philadelphia Council was required to explain this in the literature related to this unique merit badge. The next story we tell scouts visiting the museum is about the hiking merit badge we have on display. The hiking merit badge became a part of the merit badge program in 1921 and is currently a required merit badge for Eagle Scout. On display, we have an older version of the merit badge, and we point out to scouts that the V, X, and XX signify the lengths of the hikes required to complete the merit badge: 5 miles, 10 miles, and 20 miles. In 1923, the Insect Life Merit Badge was introduced, and when the patch was issued, an error was clearly present. The Insect Life Merit Badge featured a spider, which is an arachnid and not an insect. The spider remained on the merit badge until 1925, when it was replaced with an aphid. Our next 2 merit badges were introduced in 1927, and I will start with the Salesmanship Merit Badge since the story is fairly brief. When I earned this merit badge in the 1970s, the merit badge design was a sign that said "sale" on it, fairly easy to understand. But when the merit badge was introduced, the patch contained a very simple design. It is a standard business practice to conclude a deal between 2 parties by signing a contract. The Salesmanship merit badge used this concept and was represented by a single red line of dashes to signify the bottom line of the contract waiting to be signed. The second merit badge is the Weather Merit Badge, with the design we have on display being the 1929 correction to the original 1927 design. When the BSA introduced the Weather Merit Badge, they met with the person who was going to be designing the patch and told him they would be creating a Meteorology Merit Badge. They asked if he knew what meteorology was, and he apparently said yes, but when the design was returned, I think it's clear the designer missed the mark and went with a comet or shooting star icon to represent his idea of meteorology being the study of meteors and not the science of weather. As I mentioned, the design was corrected in 1929. The final merit badge story is very new to me and prompted the subject of this video. According to a former staff member of the BSA Supply Division, the water skiing merit badge we have on display is what was referred to as a no-no merit badge within the Supply Division. According to his story, there was a production error on a run of the water skiing merit badge where the spool of thread used to embroider the PFD was loaded with flesh tone thread instead of the correct color, giving the final merit badge the appearance the skier is not wearing a PFD. Scout shops nationwide were contacted and told they could not sell these merit badges because of the safety concerns related to the image. They were instructed to cut all their inventory in half, photograph the destroyed merchandise, and send the photo to supply headquarters. Once that was received, the corrected merit badge would be shipped to them to replace their inventory. So in doing a little research, I discovered that when the water skiing merit badge was introduced in 1969, the design did not include a PFD on the skier. This design remained in place until 1996 when a yellow PFD was added. Now in 2003, a small black detail was added to the PFD, which was used for 1 year when a new modernized design was implemented and remains in place today. Based on the timing of the design and the short life of the design with the small detail added to the PFD, I think it's safe to imagine that the no-no version hit the streets in 2002 or 2003 and possibly prompted the 2004 modernization of the design. Do you have a cool story to share about a merit badge? If so, drop it in the comments and tell us what you know so we can expand our tales for visitors here at the museum. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Join us next time as we continue to learn more about the history of the BSA through the collection of the National Scouting Museum and Artifact of the Week.